Well, as I'm on a roll with Woodland, I hope, I thought I'd come back out and try again. We've had a fairly calm week. It's not been too windy. The weather's not been brilliant. In fact, we've had permacloud for about a week now. So I thought I'd come back out and continue exploring this woodland. So instead of walking the path I went before, I've taken a little pathway down to the right in relation to the main road. No idea what I'm going to find. No idea when it's going to end me up. But we're going to get a good walk. And I think we could find some quite interesting images around here. This all seems to be older. There's fewer silver birch. We're looking more at, that looks like an oak tree. But I think these are all oaks. There's the odd silver birch thrown in, and the silver birch are still retaining some leaves, but they're very sparse. And it just looks like a mist of gold when you catch the right one. We're not going to get any light, so I'm trying to exclude any sky. And I'm trying to pick out little colours just to make the images pop. And the first thing I've come across is this little scene. As I walked down the path, I thought, oh, I quite like that, but I didn't know why I liked it. And I've moved several times. I've been down there, and I've been over there, and I've not got the 70 to 200, and I thought we'd have a change, and I'll see what I can create using the 17 to 55. No filters. Maybe I should put the polarizer on. I might try that in a minute. And what we've got is a fallen tree, and it's split into two, so it could actually be two trees, but they're being supported by a third tree, and we have a V shape where it's fallen, and the tree that is supporting one of the fallen branches is also a V shape. So there's a nice bit of symmetry going on there. The background, I've managed to lose most of the sky. There's some lovely muted tones in the ferns. The greens are popping quite nicely. I am going to try the polarizer on, just to see if it makes those colours pop a little bit more. I'm still at f2.8, and I've focused on the nearest trunk, the one that's horizontal along the floor. And I've tried a couple of different shutter speeds. I've got 1/8 of a second, 1/10 of a second, and 1/15 of a second, because I don't know if I want dark and moody or if I want light and bright. Yeah, we're getting a triangle shape. I quite like that. Don't know. Different again, but it's a start. There are some fabulous shaped trees that I've seen as I've walked down, but nothing that I can shoot without including the sky, which is completely featureless, completely bland. So that's a good start. I'll put a little video up here somewhere just showing you the scene, although you should be able to see it. I'd hoped to include the tree to the far right, because that's still got quite a few leaves, and they're actually green rather than yellow. But having looked at the composition, I think it works better just with those. Yeah, so look for shapes and symmetry, because even though we've got these gnarly trees, there's still a bit of symmetry going off there. We're a bit like a kid in a sweet shop again around here. I walked down the path, and the first thing that caught my eye was this stand of trees. I put a little video up. I don't think it's going to work particularly well because it's a lot brighter behind than it is in front, but it's a stand of beech trees with fir trees mixed in, and the beech trees have got beautiful foliage on, but having gone into them, it's too close. There's not enough space to isolate something, or even make a scene where there seems to be some interaction between the trees. But then I've noticed all this lot. It's like, oh my God, it's a proper sweet place down here. There's a couple of things that caught my eye. There are 2 fallen silver birch trees crisscrossing, which have still got plenty of green foliage with just a hint of gold. So I tried that, didn't really like the end result, and I've had to walk up. This is really boggy. I'm so glad I put my boots on again. But then to the left, I saw a curly-whirly silver birch, another birch leaning over towards it, and a couple of birch behind it. And that's got plenty of golden foliage on it, as well as a background of golden foliage. And I started off down there, and I thought, that's not going to work because there's a lot of fern or bracken at the base of the image. And whilst I don't dislike it, I don't think it adds anything to the scene. So I've come up closer to try and lose as much of that as I can. How have I never found this place before? I'm having great fun here, wandering along, getting distracted, people with beautiful doggies, and I'm just looking for little things that are grabbing my eyes. While we haven't got any amazing sky, the moisture in the air that's settling on the trees is allowing the little bit of light that we've got to actually reflect and brighten things. And I've spotted, it's one silver birch growing straight up and a second silver birch coming out to the right. They look like maybe saplings. The far distant one is quite bright. The closer one is quite dark, but it has light edges on it where the moss hasn't grown on it. And right on the end of the branches, it still has some leaves. And I thought, oh, now does that work? It's very abstract, but it's just a snapshot of a scene. And when I say snapshot, I don't mean I've just gone, that'll do. It's a section within a scene. There's a word I'm looking for, and I've had to message the guys and say, help, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Yes. The one thing I haven't mentioned is I'm shooting at f2.8 because that helps to blur the background. It minimises the background, it softens the background, and it draws your eye to the subject that you're shooting. I haven't put the polarizer on simply because I want the colours to be popping with the moisture on them. I think if I put the polarizer on, that would remove almost the glare off the leaves. I don't know if that makes sense. It would almost dull it down, and I want to keep the vibrancy because, again, we haven't got rain, but it's moist in the air. There's moisture in the air, and that's making the colours absolutely pop. Yeah, so the two combined. Normally in a woodland I would put the polarizer on, but I've been arguing with myself about doing it, and I've not even attempted to put the polarizer on yet. I have thought about it, but I haven't actually got it out of the bag. I've decided that that isn't what I want. I want the moisture that's landed on the leaves to help reflect the little bit of light there is and brighten everything up. It really makes the colours pop. And just standing here behind me, there's a lovely scene. We've got silver birch. All the leaves that are left are yellow and gold. And it's just a very soft scene. I think it's too busy to actually get a picture of. I'm going to stop recording to camera because there is just so much to shoot. It is absolutely blowing my mind. I've carried on walking along the path and I know where it's going to bring me out at. It should bring me down to where I was last weekend, where I had the gate and the fir tree. I'm not going to get there because I've seen another path to another woodland that's got some lovely colours in it. And then I saw this, and as I walked along the top, the birch over there was just mind-blowing. I can't get to that bit. The foliage, the bracken is too high, too deep. I can't see where I'm putting my feet. But as I've walked along, I've seen this fallen silver birch. It's beautifully grey. The surrounding area is a beautiful dark rusty brown, and it's on the right hand side, the end of it, it's still alive. It's got a mass, almost like a ball of golden leaves. So I've gone landscape orientation. I'm still at f2.8, still at 100 ISO. I'm f100, and I've composed so that the left hand side of the scene is the tree that it's broken down from, or that it's broken off of. In fact, it's so weird because it almost seems to be another tree, but the left hand side looks completely dead, and there's just this splash of vibrant colour against the browny background. It's just, I'm going to have to wander down there just to see what's there. That looks like a slightly more oaky type woodland, and apparently there's larch down there as well. But yes, I'm going to leave it here for recording because I just want to concentrate on getting images. I can't remember ever having an autumn this good, both in terms of how long the colour has lasted. This is the 3rd week that I've been out in the woods, but also in terms of actually managing to capture images I'm quite pleased with. So I hope you like the images. I think this video could be quite image heavy again. And look after yourself, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Toodaloo!